a good way, not a way to actually solve the problem by creating a brand new technology that will help loop carbon, but rather by taxing every single bit of coal produced, making it almost impossible for a coal industry to operate. 770,000 jobs are at stake here. So as the months proceed from now until next year, you're going to gradually see electric go up, the cost of the amount of coal production go down, jobs lost across the nation, and a gradual reliance more and more on oil. Oil being the primary way they're now making electricity, and not leaning heavily on renewable energy like 30% that they expect, but rather leaning more heavily on oil. So, and like I said, the hydroelectric production isn't even presenting itself as a viable green energy solution because they keep suppressing it. The Democrats in Washington got rid of a dam that was constructed, a hydroelectric dam to create electricity. The Democrats in Washington spent $40 million of our taxpayer money to get rid of a dam, literally taking it all the way down because it didn't provide enough safe haven for the salmon to migrate north or inland. Salmon were their primary goals, not electricity and cutting back on coal, but protecting some salmon, which they could have literally gone down and picked up with a net and carried up the hill. But their solution was to destroy literally a dam that was produced for many dollars. Spend $40 million to break it apart. Shows you how completely environmentally inept the Democrats have become. Our energy policy is to rely more and more on renewable energy, except we're not going to shut out coal and oil. We're going to partner with coal and oil to make sure that they do the right thing and make sure that the drilling operations are ethically done. Not a mile out and a mile deep, but right near borders where we can actually control it, where there won't be mishaps. I support the Keystone Pipeline. I think it'll make a very good backbone to the American energy spectrum. It'll provide us with energy self-sufficiency in the event of a cutoff from the Middle East. It's a win-win for everybody, including Canada. So I'm surprised Barack Obama has stepped in the way of the Keystone Pipeline. I'm really shocked, actually. And there have been good reviews about some of the constructs that are involved in it. So I'm going to be moving forward in 2017 with the Keystone Pipeline. All right? Finally, I know. Thank you, Sarah.
Okay. You're welcome. Thank you.
Now can I remove them from the room?
It's not that, but go ahead.
Well, what have we been doing for the past? I mean, all I saw was
that.
Oh, that. Okay, thank you. Huh. I didn't even know.
I know. That's why I did what I did. Because I knew that.
Okay, good.
Sorry.
We got what we wanted, the elicited response.
At least I got what I wanted, but
yeah,
I understand.
Well, sometimes you have we elicit a response from chat, and we got exactly what we were expecting. So, great. I want to give people more self-sufficiency. Yeah, I really do. And I like the idea of sustainable living and this tiny house movement.
I think that's a fantastic idea. I mean, I really, one thing I would definitely do is move away from the U.S. being so dependent on all these international laws.
Right.
That when I found out, yeah. I have to say, when I found out that with the international laws, like
regarding residency,
building code,
yeah,
that we are required to have electricity and running water to live when people have lived millennia that way.
I know.
I mean, that's one thing that electrician that came into our room was.
Yeah. He was saying about how there's maritime law that's affecting all building codes, forcing everybody to be hooked up to water and power, making it impossible for you guys to do water catchment off your property. I mean, in Colorado, it's illegal. As president, I will make sure Colorado will not be able to say water catchment is illegal. I'll do everything I can to make sure that you guys can live efficiently within your own means so that this country is going to build itself up literally by the bootstraps. We got to get our housing costs under control. We have to build our electricity grid up so that it's lower cost for all of you. You can run space heaters in the winter and save on oil heat.
catchment? Is it like cache?
Water
or...
catchment, like catch and and release.
Oh, really? I always envisioned it.
I don't know. Let's look it up.
Anyway, what water, somebody asked, what is it? It's basically water catchment is capturing water from the skies and using that water. So some people, when the water falls on your house, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. And
so in Colorado, you can smoke drugs, but you can't collect rainwater. That's about the size of it.
Basically. That's true.
That was almost funny. And that's what he says in our chat room. Almost funny as a guest in our show, everybody.
I know, he's almost always funny.
He really is almost always funny, yeah.
Yes.
Except I'm not laughing, because I would be really pissed off if I was, going out there going, dude, can't believe I can't, catch the water and drink it,
And I recorded all of that, Sarah Vox, so we'll see what people have to say. I don't know, but was recorded.
Oh, I forgot to plug in my phone.
Okay. So yes, I did the best job I could, and I will continue to monitor and do the best job I can. But you understand why I didn't ban immediately.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I don't mind you taking over the station over there. That's good. The station is good for you. It's good for me. I don't mind sitting over here too, because
I mean, we can switch chairs maybe tomorrow or something.
Well, this show is really what it's all about. We come into this show for 4 hours a night, and we're interacting.
Well, you can consider us independent, basically. I mean, we are America's third party, so David is basically an independent.
Well,
yeah, maybe so, yeah. Miss Coco. I'll take that as a compliment.
I would recommend everybody cut back on their use of water in general.
I'm so glad you found this channel too, and yes, I mean, I love hot showers, but I'll try to cut back on my use of water. They're
down to 1.5 gallons. What is it? 1.5 gallons a minute in California. They were up to 2.5 gallons. These water heads.
Yeah.
And now they've got these new ones that put out like a spritz, so it's like
pretty soon it's going to be like that little spritzer that they sell at the places up here where we have water. They have these things that you attach to your hose that like spritz you on a hot day to cool off. Yeah. That's going to be their new shower.
That'll be the new shower in California. Those little hoses.
That'll
be
their California shower.
The Mister shower.
It is pretty bad in California without fire.
It is.
It's pretty bad.
Like I said, I know a guy.
Not Sarah Bach.
I know a guy with a house down in California, and he comes up here on business in Seattle, and I think he runs the water in the shower because he's paying $400 a night for a Marriott Courtyard suite near Seattle. I was shocked when he told me that. It's like, so when he comes in there, he must run the shower for like 5 hours just to experience what it's like to not violate laws. Experience the $400 room and the shower. Yeah. We have a lot of water up here in California. They don't have water.
I don't believe in everyone giving up their guns. I believe police officers have guns and people have guns, and that's perfectly fine and should be perfectly legal. I mean, we have guns to protect ourselves, and not that the police do an excellent job of protecting us, I believe. But at the same time, I believe that we live in the United States of America so that we can protect ourselves, especially in cases where the police might not be able to respond in a timely manner. Fortunately, they respond in a very timely manner where we live, but I'm still not willing to give up my right to bear arms to give it all over to the police. Love you guys, but you understand. You probably wouldn't be willing to give up your guns either.
Right.
The police officers, that is.
Right. I mean, many police officers are gun right advocates like we are. So they understand that.
It's mostly made up of love.
And everyone should know that gun control has preceded every Holocaust in mankind's history. Every time there's been a genocide committed, it's always been preceded by gun control. They try to disarm the population, and that's when tyranny happens. So we don't want that to happen. And by design, our Second